Hey, welcome. Today, we're going to dive into something really powerful: how to actually manage that constant chatter inside your head. And here's the secret: it's not about fighting your thoughts, it's about learning the art of directed attention. Let's get right into it.
I mean, we've not been there, right? You get stuck in this loop, just battling some worry or a negative thought, and it feels like this draining, endless argument inside your own mind. It's just exhausting. This is the big mental shift we're talking about today. The goal is not to achieve some impossible, perfectly silent Zen master state of mind. No way. The real skill, the goal you can actually reach, is learning how to gently guide your mind where you want it to go. So, to really get how to lead our minds, we need a good metaphor, and honestly, this one is pretty much perfect. I want you to start thinking of your attention as a kind of spotlight. It's such a simple idea, but it is so profound. Your brain literally gives energy and juice to whatever you focus on. So if you shine that spotlight on a worry, guess what? The worry circuit in your brain gets stronger. But if you shine it on a creative idea, that pathway strengthens instead. But here's the flip side, and this is just as important. The things you don't shine the light on, the things you choose to ignore, they don't just hang around. They actually get weaker. Their neural pathways literally start to fade away. So you see, this isn't about wrestling your thoughts into submission. That's a battle you're just never going to win. Instead, we're just training our ability to move that spotlight of attention, just like you train a bicep at the gym. It's a skill you can build, not some personality trait you're just stuck with. Okay, so how do we actually do that? Let's get super practical. Here are 4 simple, totally safe, and really effective ways you can start training that attention muscle. Like today. First things first, pick an anchor. Now, an anchor is just a neutral, real thing to rest your attention on. It could be the physical feeling of your breathing, the sounds happening in the room, or even the sensation of your hands washing the dishes. When your mind wanders off, and it will, you just gently, with zero judgment, guide it back to your anchor. Every single time you do that, it's like 1 rep for your attention muscle. Okay, the second technique is all about changing how you relate to your thoughts. We all do this, right? A thought we don't like pops up, and our gut reaction is to fight it, to shove it away. Ugh, stop thinking that. But instead of fighting it, just label it. There's my mind predicting something again. Or, okay, that's a fear story. By labeling it, you're not arguing with it. You're observing it. And that creates this tiny but incredibly powerful space between you and the thought. And in that space, you get your control back. Number 3, move your body. Thoughts have a funny way of losing their power when we get out of our heads and into the physical world. Go for a quick walk, do a few stretches. Focus all your attention on one little task, like cleaning a countertop. Action is such a powerful way to break that cycle of overthinking and ground your attention right here, right now. And finally, number 4, think about your mental diet. Your brain tends to repeat what it takes in. The shows you binge, the podcasts in your ears, the people you talk to, it's all input. Consciously choosing calm, positive, or just constructive input, even for just 15 minutes a day, can make a massive difference. All right, now whenever we talk about observing our thoughts like this, a really common concern comes up. Is it actually safe to create this kind of distance from what's happening in my own head? Let's tackle that one head on. And this is a really important question. It's this idea that, hey, if I start watching my thoughts, isn't that kind of like having voices in my head? It can feel a little unsettling. So let's be super clear about the difference here. So look, feeling like you're totally controlled by your thoughts, or that your thoughts are actual commands you have to obey, that is definitely something to talk about with a professional. But noticing a thought bubble up, observing it, and then choosing whether or not to engage with it, that isn't just healthy, it's a sign of really strong mental health. This skill actually has a name. It's called metacognition. It literally just means thinking about thinking. And this isn't some weird new age idea. It's a fundamental tool used in psychology and cognitive therapy to help people get a handle on anxiety and gain real emotional control. Here's another way to frame it that I really love. Your heart beats, but you are not your heartbeat. Your stomach might growl, but you are not your hunger. And in the exact same way, thoughts appear in your mind, but you are not those thoughts. You are the one who notices all of it. All right, now we're getting to what might be the single most important principle in this entire process. Seriously, if you only take one thing away from our little chat today, please let it be this. Just let that sink in for a second. What you resist persists.
The more you fight a thought, the more you struggle with it, the more energy you give it, and the stronger it becomes. But what you observe calmly, without judgment, eventually loses its power and just dissolves.
So you see, the goal isn't to become some kind of thought assassin, hunting down every negative thought. That's impossible. The goal is just to train your brain to stop feeding them the spotlight of your attention. And over time, they'll show up less, and when they do, they'll have way less of an emotional punch.
So, how can you start putting this into practice, like right now? Here is a beautifully simple exercise you can do for just 5 minutes a day. That's it, 5 minutes. That's the whole thing. Just sit somewhere comfortable and focus on your anchor, your breath. A thought is going to pop up. That's what minds do. Instead of getting frustrated, you just silently and gently label it. Thinking. And then you guide your attention right back to your breath. No force, no arguing, just a gentle return over and over again. And what this all means for you at the end of the day is that you're not creating some weird split in your mind. You're not breaking yourself into pieces. You are simply learning one of the most powerful and well-researched skills a person can have: the ability to lead your own mind, to choose where your spotlight shines. The only question left is, where are you going to direct it first?